Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. This is your Scorpio reading for the week of December 7th. I was just talking to Libra before you guys. Holy shit, you guys got some pretty heavy energy going on for Libra. Let's see how this plays out for you, dear Scorpio. Oh, here we go. One more shuffle. One more shuffle, Scorpio. Hi, Katie. What's up? All right, here we go. Whew. So it's interesting to me when I do cusp readings. So from one sign moving into the next, there's always some similar energy that kicks it right off. Okay. First one that comes up is the Two of Wands. Now, so the Libra energy was all about six of one, half dozen of the other. But the Two of Wands that you have first straight out the gate for you is this card that has to do with like being in the middle, caught in the middle. Sometimes this means two different paths, but oftentimes this also means like being in the middle of two different people. So you're hearing two people's stories. It's between a parent and a kid, and you're the mom, and dad has to hear it. You know what I mean? Like you're going back and forth with it. It's a boss and another coworker, or your management. It's just one of those things where you're kind of in between. But let's see how this unfolds. Seven of coins. So here's what's interesting about the seven of coins is it our little indicator that things are beginning to move. It also means like crossing a bridge. So if you look at it, the seven of coins, this is the card that I get when I tell you, oh, I think you're moving. This will be the one depending. But it also means like crossing a threshold or crossing something over. You've got the five of swords. You've been fighting this too. A lot of us are in that place right now where we're literally struggling against change. We're struggling against the flow. And ultimately, it's very difficult to surrender because we have to organize things in such a way that they make sense. And when they don't make sense and we can't make them fit, and there's so much unease and there's so much uncertainty, we fight against change. Okay. Change is going to happen anyway, whether we like it or not. Seasons change, weather changes, the year goes by. So we don't really have a choice sometimes, and we get all in our head about it. But what I am seeing for you is changes on the rise, and it's a good change. And here's what I have to show you. We have the Fool card, which is crossroads. And one of my favorite analogies to talk about with this one is when we have like the Scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz. He's chilling in the cornfield and he's waiting. I know you guys are getting sick of hearing this, but I love this analogy. You can tell me a new one or a different one if you like. But here's the Scarecrow, and here comes Dorothy. And she's like, tra la la, I've got a little journey to go on, adventure time. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. And we know that he decided to go on the journey and go on the yellow brick road and find a false god, Oz, who is Oz, right? But I mean, he went on and hunted with her for truth and got out there and decided to step out of his box a little bit and do it. It all doesn't always end well, does it? But the Fool card is about that opportunity. On the other side of that, we have the Sun card, which is fulfillment. So the Sun card is all the fun things, all things in measure, all things in time. It's got the 12 signs of the zodiac, it's got the yin yang, it's balance. So you have a crossroads with some opportunity that's going to bring you some balance. I am seeing the High Priestess, and she's, intuition too. And that was coming up for us with Libra. The High Priestess has to do with secrets, it has to do with knowledge, it has to do with intuition. And I'm seeing here too that a Scorpio, did I say Libra a couple times? I know I'm talking to Scorpio, but Scorpio has the death card too. Look at the symbol on the bottom. Da-da-da-da. So, this is all about change, right? And so change is coming for you in a good way because I'm seeing the Seven of Wands, which is just like overwhelmed with it. I see you meeting new people. I see emotions opening up in you and you being able to like articulate what you're feeling, and you're not comfortable with that. Like, I don't think you will be. You also have the Justice card. Some people, that may indicate a court or a mediation or paperwork of some kind. But I pulled an extra card on it. Ace of Wands says you have whatever skill set that's going to come up with that. Ultimately, I do see you walking away. So the Queen of Swords is walking away from things that don't serve you. It means like you're leaving something behind. Literally, the definition is not watering a dead tree. If you look in the background here, she's got this stick of a tree and it's dead, and she's like leaving it behind. What do you do with that? You know, we can burn it. Let's burn it, right? I don't want to just walk away. I want to set that bitch on fire. Some of us, but sometimes, like I recently went through this with someone where I just cut him off. Okay, cut him off. Said what I had to say real quick, poop, and I'm out. I got out of the pool. I don't want to play anymore. Okay, so sometimes there's a difference between being angry and being done, and I just pick up that Scorpio's done, like done. Tired of being in your emotions. You're tired of like fixing and figuring it out, and you're just looking for some new energy in your field, right? So in looking at this, I'm also seeing the Four of Coins, which is some concern about money. So we have this little concern where it's like, I'm wondering how I'm going to make things happen, because if you look here, Four of Coins is looking for the money. How am I going to get it? And then right here we have the Page of Coins, which is interesting little squeaks coming equipment over here. Page of Coins is looking for a mapping, like how you're going to place things out to, the what you do have, where you're going to put it. So I also see Scorpio playing with being judicious with their money, making sure that they're cautious and careful and planning with it. Um, Aside from all of this, let me see, you do have the World card and the Sun card, which means fulfillment. So ultimately, all these little steps that you are taking, you're very concerned that the end result is what you're looking for. And so don't struggle too hard on this, because it is looking good. I just don't feel like you're feeling great. I feel like emotions are running really high. And so that's making you uncomfortable, making you. Alrighty, so let us take a look and see what is going on for your Scorpio moon. I do love my Scorpio. For some reason, some of the most influential people in my life have been Scorpio rising. All right, here we go for Scorpio. And for those of you on my other social media platforms, I would encourage you to join me on my YouTube, Karma on Deck. I have picture in picture so you can see the layout of the cards if I forget to hold them up while I'm describing them. Also, I would really appreciate your support over there. That's the platform I enjoy the most. And you can see all of your signs listed in playlists so you can find them easily. All right, Scorpio moon, think and feel. Here we go. Three of Pentacles. So some of you Scorpios be looking on that internet, social media, computer, spending a lot of time with that. I'm also picking up Scorpio has this energy of feeling stuck, frustrated, and fatigued. Also a little bit of stubborn energy. So ultimately you don't, again, this is the I don't want to move. You're waiting for things to go back the way they used to be. You want things to be back in balance. You're tired of fighting. You want people to do what they say they're going to do. Because look here, we've got the Knight of Swords. Okay. Fighting. He's ready to go into battle. If you look at him, he's got all of his, he's got all of his weaponry ready. And he's like, I'm down for this. Like, I'm going to fight for what I want. I'm going to fight for what's important to me. And you have the Two of Pentacles as well. And hi, Nicole. Hi, Bitsy. So the Nine of Swords is kind of that same runaway train that Libra had, which has to do with like that linear thought, like one more thing and another thing and another thing and another thing. You also have the Two of Pentacles, this data that keeps coming into you and these constantly shifting sands has you looking and going, all right, all I need is balance. Because you have the Star card too, you have the Temperance card and the Star card, both balance and alignment. You want to make sure not only are things balanced, but whether they're in alignment for moving forward, right? Because it's even important for you to make sure that, with the Star card in play, it's like, how am I supposed to be moving forward? What is it I'm supposed to be doing? I will say with the Six of Cups, you really have this beautiful picture in your head of how you want things to look and what you want them to look like. And the Six of Cups is telling us that like what's around you isn't matching that, because you do have the Five of Swords. Nine of Pentacles tells me, Nine of Pentacles is telling me that Scorpio really needs to have a good time, like plan that, like make sure that you're giving yourself time to go do things, enjoy things, give yourself some peace and rest, because that will really take the edge off. And also like engagement, like engaging with others so that you can know what it is they need, because that'll help you from feeling a little like this stuck energy that you have. With the Hierophant, you're feeling really stubborn. Now, one of the things that I like to do when I'm feeling really frustrated is I go try to help somebody else out, because it gives me a strong perspective on where I stand. Like, not that it could be worse, but just the fact that I feel like I am capable, that I am able to give, and there are others that need it. And it reminds me that we're all in this together. And even every little bit helps, right? But I am seeing this stubborn behavior from you. And it's almost akin to like arrogance. You don't want to hear it. And so for that card to be popping up, and the sensations that I'm getting when I look at it is just that this pride, this pride that you have and how things look, and not being able to really get down to what's going on, is because you feel like once you let the floodgates down, right, that it's all going to come crashing out and you won't feel like you're going to control it. And again, if you think about that, all goes back to self-control. and surrender, because ultimately, like I was saying, you're resistant. So what you resist persists, Scorpio. Let us pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients and see what your message is for this week. And then we will go on to Sagittarius. Go Scorpio. Phrenology. So here's the thing about phrenology. Phrenology is the practice of taking an item and holding it. It's kind of like one of our psychic abilities, like clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, etc., telekinesis, telepathy. Okay. So phrenology is the technique of, pretty sure this is one where you hold on to things. But anyways, so this card talks about certainty. So for you, Scorpio, Scorpio doesn't want to make a move unless they've got some guarantees. How you feeling about that? Like, if you don't have it in writing, if you don't have an agreement, if you don't have somebody that's standing in their integrity and speaking to what they want, you want no part of it. So this right here is all about certainty. And sometimes ultimately you've got to trust yourself. You can't trust others unless you trust yourself. And what's true about that is you can only meet people as deeply as you've met yourself. So if you want to be certain, like, the one and only thing that you should be answering is what's right for you. Okay. And being certain in yourself and trust. All right, Scorpio, thank you for hanging out with me. For those of you on my other social media, like I said, please join me on YouTube. Let me know where you are in the world. Tell me how you feel your reading went. I will catch you guys on the flip side with Sagittarius. And like I say all the time, come from love, guys. See you in 2 with Sagittarius.